me Z and T, cause I'm the best in the game. I got the fame, the style that isn't lame.
Hey, is there a cassette tape anywhere?
I sure do. This cassette is the best, I can attest. Best cassette in the east to the west. Yeah, I ain't a rapper. This cassette's dapper. I'm no capper.
Okay, do you mind if I take that off your hands?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, thank you.
No problem, bro.
And this is this week's Closet Classics.
Oh, are they rolling our thing?
Yes, we're on.
Are we talking yet?
We're talking.
Holy
Hi, Rich.
mackerel. Wow, Trish, welcome back.
I haven't been anywhere.
You've been here?
I've been here.
All this
All
time?
this time. I've been waiting on this couch all week.
Wow, you've got to get a life, Trish. Welcome,
watch
everybody.
movies.
You watched
that's a good
you
life.
watched all our movies
I
for
did.
this week.
I
yeah.
did.
And why don't you tell our lovely audience what we're watching?
We're doing
this week?
time travel this week.
Time travel. Yes, time travel as a plot device.
That's right.
So of all the time travel movies we could have chosen,
We chose Time Bandits.
Time Bandits, a
Star-
Terry Gilliam movie.
Terry Gilliam, yep, of Monty Python
Monty
fame.
Python, and you've heard us do Brazil. It's a Terry Gilliam movie. And we didn't do 12 Monkeys. And you told me Fisher
I don't
King was one of
Yeah,
his,
Fisher
too.
King's one of his.
Excellent. That's a Jeff Bridges, Robin Williams movie.
Yep. I
That's
remember the commercials for it. I didn't see that one. I'll
Well-
have to see that one. So far, I'm not a big fan of Terry Gilliam.
No,
But,
so that means you won't have a lot of good things to say about Time Bandits. Then.
It's not. It's better than Brazil.
You thought so?
Well, I liked it better than Brazil.
I like the music in Brazil better.
You don't like George
Brazil.
Harrison's music?
I did like at the end, though, like George Harrison's
okay.
music. So what else? We have Time Bandits.
Time Bandits, Star Trek 4,
Star
The
Trek
Voyage
4.
Home,
Uh-huh.
and Time Cop.
Time Cop.
Jean-Claude Van
The
Damme.
Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. And
Interesting variety there.
it is interesting variety, actually. It's a little sci-fi, part of Star Trek, and of course the Van Damme series. But there's a lot of time travel movies we did not pick.
We didn't. We didn't do Back to the Future.
We didn't do
or
Back
Millennium.
to the Future or Millennium. We didn't do some other time travel. Oh, Time After Time. Somewhere in Time.
There are lots of
Austin
time
Powers
movies
too.
to choose from.
Yeah, there's a ton of movies that use time travel as a plot device. And we chose these three because they were good
available.
examples.
Available.
And we could find them.
We could.
What's our first movie then?
Time Bandits. I went in order of year. Time Bandits is 1981.
1981. Okay.
It's kind of an interesting all-star cast. Ian Holm is in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Sean
really the only
Connery.
one. Sean Connery is in it, yes.
Yeah.
He was the other big one.
In case people don't really know the story, it is about how a little boy is confronted by a set of 7, I think, time travelers. They're all vertically
kind of the
impaired.
Yep.
Vertically impaired. They're midgets. And they have stole
Kind of
the...
reminiscent of the Seven Dwarfs.
Yeah. Seven Dwarfs, or the Munchkins gone wild. This is like the Wizard of Oz on acid. It's you have the 7 Munchkin
Who
dwarves.
stole God's map, the Supreme Being's
the
map,
Supreme
and have
Being.
decided to go back in time and rob different people like Napoleon and Greek kings and...
Right. And the little boy comes along for the ride, and he's us visiting with them.
Right.
And they go to different time periods stealing things.
And evil draws them in because evil wants the map.
That's right. And because evil has to be evil to balance out all the good of the supreme
Well,
being.
evil was an experiment of the supreme being.
Yeah. And it worked. Evil was pretty evil.
Evil, yeah, evil was pretty evil.
Pretty good. And at the end, you know, we come back. Well, I shouldn't spoil it all, but it is a kind of nice period pieces. I mean, each time period they did well. And you're kind of watching and waiting, but
It had amusing moments. It was, why don't we look at the clip and then
Okay.
talk about it, and
Good.
then, so they can get an idea of what we're talking about.
we'll see the clip. Where's the clip?
It's right there.
Never talk to me like that again. No one created me. I am evil. Evil existed long before good. I made myself. I cannot be unmade. I am all-powerful.
But why, if that's the case, are you unable to escape from this fortress?
It's a good question. Why have I let the Supreme Being keep me here in the fortress of ultimate darkness?
Because you...
Oh, shut up. I'm speaking rhetorically.
Oh, of course.
I let him keep me here in order to lull him into a false sense of security.
Ah, clever. Clever.
When I have the map, I will be free, and the world will be different, because I have understanding.
Understanding of what, Master?
Digital watches. And soon I shall have understanding of video cassette recorders and car telephones. And when I have understanding of them, I shall have understanding of computers. And when I have understanding of computers, I shall be the supreme being. God isn't interested in technology. He knows nothing of the potential of the microchip or the silicon revolution. Look how he spends his time. 43 species of parrots. Nipples for men.
Slugs.
Slugs! He created slugs. They can't hear, they can't speak, they can't operate machinery. If I were creating a world, I wouldn't mess about with butterflies and daffodils. I would have started with lasers. 8 o'clock, day one. Oh! Sorry. No! What is it, Ben?
Well, there he was, David
Evil.
Warner, as
Pure evil.
And,
He's actually a very, he's a character. He's the most character I
Yeah.
felt in the movie.
Yeah, and as we were saying during watching the clips, he's probably the most exciting character in the whole movie. Everyone else is actually fairly laid back.
The dwarves are kind of funny, and they're
In their dwarf
I want to
way-
rob
way.
everybody, and
Yeah. And all
but,
that.
yeah.
But still, he was probably the most exciting character
Yeah.
there.
Sean Connery was very good. He was the most
Sean.
likable character.
But Sean Connery is always great. Yeah.
Oh.
And it's very funny. What I like what Gilliam does is how he sets up the family, the English family. You know, the parents are sitting there watching some TV quiz
Game
show
show.
and ignoring the little boy who is
Wanna
all
hear your
excited about
life.
history and stuff. So naturally, you feel like the little boy went to sleep, had a dream, and dreamt all this up. Because at the end of the movie, he comes back home. But
Well, the
it
castle at
shouldn't,
the end is it kind of gives you that illusion that the dream's there because all the castle is made of Legos.
Yeah, yeah.
And you've got the Legos all over the floor and the
Yeah.
toys all over the floor.
Yeah, and then we have the evil in the microwave cause the fire. And,
Right.
But at the end, Gilliam doesn't leave him off the way Dorothy got left off, I don't think.
Yeah, Gilliam is pretty dark. I think I have an issue with calling this a family movie. I mean, I found this in the kids section of the video store, and it's not a kids movie. It's a little too dark, I think, for that.
Well, yeah, for younger kids,
Yeah.
they're not going to like this at all.
No. Yeah, you need to be at least 5th, 6th
20,
grade
25, yeah.
to even,
Yeah,
so it doesn't give you nightmares.
yeah. Little kids will watch this for probably 5 minutes, and they'll want to go back to Sesame Street or something. This is not going to hold
No.
anyone's interest. It barely held my
very
interest, but I hung in there, but the period pieces were okay. But as time travel, so that's, as a time travel movie, it certainly moved through time, and there was traveling.
Yeah, Terry Gilliam did time travel stuff in 12 Monkeys too.
He did, yep. There was time travel in 12 Monkeys. Brazil didn't have
Brazil
much
didn't really have time
no.
travel. It was future. It was set in the future
Right.
to begin with.
Yeah.
But all I can say for it is it was better than Brazil, but I wasn't really impressed.
See, I disagree. I like Brazil a lot.
Yeah, I know you like Brazil a lot, so.
Yeah.
See, I thought I just Brazil was pretty. The cinematography was better, but
Mm-hmm.
I guess story-wise, I would choose this one just because the ending was a little bit nicer, a little bit,
Well,
not much, but
yeah. I like the idea in Brazil of living in a world in the future where nothing really works. That appealed to me. But anyway, so Time Bandits.
that's where you want to be.
Yeah. Well, that's where we are. Then.
Yeah.
So Time Bandits, if you have a warped sense of humor, it's not for younger kids. It's okay. I don't think we give it a real great recommendation.
Yeah, I don't think it'll get 2 thumbs up.
No, it'll get like half of a thumb or a pinky or something.
Something like that.
Okay.
Or we can give it bones, like my
Bones.
video Bible does.
Ah, the Video Hound Bones. We should
They
give
review by Bones.
We should give it like couches or cameras or something.
Cameras.
So
Like half a camera.
Like half a camera
We can do it
or
half a
5
camera.
cameras or we'll have to find something. If you
Yeah.
think of something, call us in. How should we rate movies? The
Couches.
thumbs are taken, bones are taken, stars are taken. We need some way we can rate movies that is our very own.
We do.
So if you have any ideas out there in TV land, yes, I'm talking to you, Mr. and Mrs. Burlington, you let us know. So what's our next movie?
Star Trek.
Star Trek!
Star Trek for the Voyage Home.
I'm sorry, I got a
directed by
little
Leonard Nimoy.
too excited then, didn't
You
I?
did. You're a big
just-
Star Trek fan, aren't you?
I'm a very big Star Trek fan. I'm a huge Star Trek fan.
Even the Next Generation, the
Oh, yes,
the-
even the next generation, more so.
what about the spin-offs like the Voyage Home and Babylon 5?
I'm not
type
so
stuff?
hot on that. But Star Trek and Star Trek The Next Generation I just think are fabulous. And this is probably one of the better, if not the best entry in all the Star Trek movie ones.
Yeah, I'd say it's second.
Which one is first for you?
Wrath of Khan.
Wrath of Khan. That is
Wrath of Khan
really
is stellar.
very good.
This is much more comedic.
Yeah.
And it's got that preachy environmental take to it with the whales and
Well,
things
they
like
didn't
that.
preach too bad. They just had, that was its premise.
Right,
And then they had fun with it.
right. And the premise is that this big probe is coming to destroy the Earth, and so Kirk and his crew have to go back in time to find a couple of humpback whales to save the planet.
Because they were extinct at the
In
time
the
in this
23rd
future,
century.
right? And if we don't find them, then that thing's going to destroy Earth. So
So I got to get whales quick.
right, and this is coming right off of Star Trek 3, in which Spock, his brain
Well,
was
he-
held in McCoy's brain. His essence was held in McCoy's brain while his body redeveloped, and then
They
they work
retrained
in
his
my
mind.
marriage. We bring his essence back to the Spock head, and we let it formulate in there for a while, and then he come back. And so we
And
begin
he's Spock
this.
again.
They still have the Romulan bird of prey, which is the Romulan
Mm-hmm.
ship. They flew to Vulcan at the end of Star Trek 3
Mm-hmm.
to begin Star Trek 4.
Right.
Not that you really wanted to know all that.
Well, did you know Leonard Nimoy directed both of them? 3
Yeah,
and 4?
Yes, and not only that, but I knew that.
Well, I'm very impressed.
And who was it? Mayer did 2?
Yeah, Nicholas
Mayer did 2 and did 5.
No,
or
William
6.
Shatner did 5.
6. Mayer did 6,
Okay.
which is another really good entry. So Mayer
No,
actually
6
did...
First Contact?
No.
No, is it?
That was just before, right after the Shatner one, which is kind of iffy. There is number 6, where actually, just like when the Russians fell apart, so did the Klingons. The Klingons.
I don't think I saw that one at all.
Excellent movie. And the Klingons wanted peace,
Mm-hmm.
and Spock was sent to get peace. And there were some warmongers on both sides who didn't want peace, and it went on and on. Great movie. But we're not here
You
to
took
talk
that
about
from
that.
an
There's no time
episode.
travel. in
No,
that,
no
though.
time travel in it, so we have to stick with 4.
Right.
So why don't we look at the clip from 4?
Okay, let's do that.
San Francisco, I was born there.
It doesn't look all that different.
Set us down in Golden Gate Park.
Aye, sir. Descending.
We'll divide into teams. Commanders Uhura and Chekhov are assigned the uranium problem.
Yes, sir.
Dr. McCoy, you, Mr. Scott, and Commander Sulu will convert us a whale tank.
Oh, joy.
While Captain Spock and I attempt to trace these whale songs to their source.
I'll have bearing and distance for you, sir.
I want you all to be very careful. This is terra incognita. Many of their customs will doubtless take us by surprise. It's a foregone conclusion none of these people have ever seen an extraterrestrial before. This is an extremely primitive and paranoid culture. Chekhov will issue a phaser and a communicator to each team. We'll maintain radio silence except in emergencies. Those of you in uniform, remove your rank insignia. Any questions? All right. Let's do our job and get out of here. Our own world is waiting for us to save it, if we can. Commence landing procedures.
Aye, sir.
This is a funny movie.
Yeah, you had introduced everybody there.
Right.
And, yeah.
Right, so they're just about, are you okay?
I'm okay.
You're tearing up. I know it. It's Star Trek.
Yes.
I know how you feel. I feel the same.
Very emotional.
I saw Spock. Yeah.
Alive.
Alive.
And well, and walking around.
They come to San Francisco, and it's very funny. You see them all in the middle of a very busy San Francisco area, and you have Chekhov with his Russian accent looking for the nuclear vessels. Excuse me, can you tell me where the nuclear vessels are? And at that time, we're in Cold War with Russia, and it's just a lot of great...
A lot of good one-liners.
Yeah.
Everybody remember where we parked.
Right.
I'm from Iowa. I only work in outer space.
Right. It's terrific. They meet a woman from the aquarium.
Hicks. Who has a couple of humpback whales, George and Gracie,
right,
that they can take with them.
And they have to save them at the end.
Yeah.
But a really nice combination, I thought, of action, humor.
Nice comedy. Very good comedy.
It builds on the characters that are already so well developed from years and years.
I kept thinking about Galaxy Quest, actually, when I was watching it.
Galaxy Quest is actually a great takeoff on
It is.
Star
It's a
Trek.
wonderful takeoff on it. It's
Did
meant
we
to be.
Do that under parodies? Galaxy Quest?
I think we might have. I'd have to look it up. You know, we've done so many. I mean, you multiply 33 shows by 3 movies.
It's a lot of movies.
Plus the first 8, we were doing 5 movies. So that's a lot of movies in the past year.
So I wonder if anybody out there, does anybody out there remember, did we do Galaxy Quest yet? I'm not sure, but if we didn't, we'll do another parody show.
We'll have to do
and have
Galaxy
to include
Quest,
that.
Yeah.
I know it's
I'll find
something
out.
you'd like
I'll
us
find
to
out.
do. Okay, good. Do you have a list of all the movies?
I do, somewhere. I have to go
That's
find
impressive.
it. I have to find it.
So you're the one that keeps us from watching one movie more than once. See, that's good. That's important. So anyway, Star Trek 4.
Star Trek 4 was good.
This is a good movie. This is a lot. Even if you're not a great Star Trek fan, you will love this movie. It is so funny to see people from the future come back to our present day, which is their past.
Of course, they think we're primitive, and
and
of course, Dr. McCoy has his scene
medicine.
in the hospital. With
somebody's going through dialysis, right? And he passes back. She goes, "Barbarians," and gives her a pill.
And she has a whole new kidney.
Yeah, I know, incredible. I mean, that's what we all hope for the future. You know, we all hope the future will bring us those kind of things. So
good medical care.
Yeah, without the HMOs, I guess. But so even if you're not a big Star Trek fan, you will enjoy this movie. This is a lot of fun.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah.
It's not as good as Wrath of Khan, but it's the best, the second best one I've seen in the series.
This, yeah, out of what they've done, I think Rathacon I really enjoyed. This one and number 6, which I think is called is it a Voyage? What's this called? The Voyage Home?
This is the Voyage Home.
And number 6, I can't remember the name of it, but Sulu is a captain of his own ship. So whatever it is.
The Undiscovered Country is 6.
Is that 6?
That's 6.
Yeah, that's when Captain Sulu has his own ship and everything.
Did he get Excelsior?
I don't know. But Excelsior shows up in the Generations. The first, the Next Generation one, where they had some of the old-time people mixed with some of the new people.
Right, everybody was excited about that one, I thought, because Kirk got killed.
Kirk got killed. That was the Nexus, which is not quite a time travel thing, but it's more like a time-space place. It's hard to explain.
I'll have to watch. We'll have to watch it.
You have to watch it,
yeah.
right.
Okay.
So anyways, please do yourself a favor. If you haven't seen Star Trek 4, it's a lot of fun.
You should just rent the whole series.
I was going to say, start with Star Trek 1 and go all the way through. It makes a lot more sense. Could probably skip number 5, Shatner's episode.
Yeah, I don't think I think I actually did see that one and didn't like it.
No. And they did a nice job. They redid Star Trek 1 and re-released the director's edition on DVD.
Is it shorter?
No, it's not shorter.
Is it longer?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a director's cut. Whatever the director wanted. Robert Wise. And I remember people at the time thinking, Robert Wise did this. How come he couldn't have made a better movie? Because he's such a good director. Did Run Silent, Run Deep, and all that stuff. And West Side Story. But anyways, that began...
It began the whole thing.
And if it wasn't for Star Wars, these Star Trek movies would have never gotten made. Because no one ever thought anybody would go see a movie about outer space, you know.
True. So let's, you want to flip over and go to the action genre of time travel?
This is Van Damme.
Jean-Claude Van Damme and Time Cop.
Agent Monroe, Agent Anderson, Agents Burr, Bartolo and Shepard, Agent Walker.
Agent Walker. Heard a great deal about you.
And I've heard a lot about you, Senator.
Not all of it bad, I hope.
Agent Walker just returned from a successful mission.
Well, congratulations, Agent Walker.
Senator, now Director Matuzak will show you the launch room.
Follow me, gentlemen. I'll show you where we kick off.
Jane, you wouldn't mind if Agent Walker accompanied us, would you? I'd love to hear about his most recent mission.
I have a report to file.
Agent Walker would be delighted.
All units switch to TAC Channel 3. All units switch to TAC Channel 3.
As you can see, Senator, we've spared every expense. No comfort, no convenience, no necessities. Watch your head.
So, Agent Walker, your latest mission, who are you after?
A man named Atwood. Ring a bell?
Atwood. No. Should that name be familiar to me?
Unfortunately, Atwood was a TEC agent.
Really?
You see, that's the sort of thing that happens, George. I don't want to sound like a broken record. That's one of the dangers of having an agency like this.
Well, imagine the dangers of not having it.
Did you know this Atwood was my partner? Oh, I'm sorry. Nothing worse than a rogue cop.
Except the guy who paid him.
If there is such a guy.
There always is.
Do you know who the man is?
Oh, yeah. Why don't you arrest him? I lost my witness.
Oh. Well, I trust you'll keep working on it.
You can bet on it.
Hydrogen specialist, prepare for inspection.
We've updated our entire operation to state-of-the-art Parker data link systems, utilizing their superconducting chip.
You all know Senator McComb was Jack Parker's partner and sold out just before the company got the patent on that chip. Bet that cost you a few billion, huh, Senator? Whoa, bad luck.
Van Damme.
Van Damme in 2004. Of course, the movie was made in 1996, so the fact that they thought we had cars that drive themselves and have no windows was about the only concession to the future I really saw.
And the capacity for time travel.
Right.
But this is very interesting. Actually, I think this is one of Van Damme's better movies.
I haven't seen enough to judge. I haven't been real impressed with any I've seen so far.
Yeah. Well,
even this one I thought was full of loopholes.
Well, he does his leg stretch thing, which is
yeah,
his
but he does
signature
that
thing.
in all the ones I've seen.
Right, he does. He does his leg stretch just to show us he still can stretch out.
This is I know how to fight. Let me show you my kicks moves movie.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch Jackie Chan for that, I think.
Well, Jackie Chan's a lot funnier.
Yes.
Jean-Claude Van Damme takes himself very seriously. Not quite as seriously as Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal takes himself incredibly seriously. Other like Schwarzenegger and Stallone, who
can put that comedy in there.
But in this case, Van Damme is a time cop who makes sure people really don't abuse the notion of time travel. And
although I think it's pretty abused. I think they're pretty careless about going back in time and not being in period clothing and things like that. And it's just full of loopholes and things like that. And he horrendously changes the future anyway in the end, which is like a violation of all that he basically stands for.
Well, I guess, but also you get
the happy
travel
ending,
that gray line,
Yeah, that suspension of disbelief is really hard in there because there's so many things that are just a little.
Well, when you're traveling back and forth through time, it's not a black and white world. There's a lot of gray areas. You got to make a lot of split decisions. You're gonna meet yourself someplace in the past, coming back to the future, and what do you say to yourself? You can't be in the same space at the same time. You gotta watch out all the time. That the thing that always bugs me about all time travel movies is, meeting yourself back in the past. I mean, that's physically impossible. That becomes a plot device here, in which Van Damme really kind of watches himself after seeing what's going to happen to him, and comes back to the future, and then that's nasty, and has to go back into the past again to try to undo it, or it does get complicated.
It's very complicated, and the future keeps changing. It's kind of like you step off the trail and step on the butterfly in that Ray Bradbury story.
Right.
And everything changes, and it's just slightly, but it's enough that.
Or the Homer Simpson episode, when The Simpsons, when every time he did something different, he changed the reality too. And then he finally settled for one of the realities. He said, "Oh, close enough." A classic Simpson episode. But yeah, that's the problem. I mean, sure, there's a lot of disbelief in here. But Van Damme does some good fighting. There's a nice standoff, as you saw in the clip, between the bad guy and the good guy. And naturally, in all Van Damme movies, Van Damme does get the bad guy.
Of course.
And he always will.
It has the basic happy ending, some decent fight scenes.
Yeah.
Some of them were edited, I think, a little too choppily. Not bad enough that it irritated me that much, but the beginning one I thought were a little choppy.
Yeah, well, this does show its age, because since we've seen a lot more of Jet Li and Jackie Chan, some of the American, or he's not actually American, Brussels, the muscles from Brussels. Some of the older, even the old Chuck Norris movies. Chuck Norris used to be our first real karate guy. They look well worn out. Compared to like Jet Li, who's just phenomenal, or Jackie Chan. So it does show its age.
Have we done Hong Kong movies yet?
We did some Hong Kong movies.
Did some.
Yeah, it got you thinking there, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's, I thought it was an interesting movie. And I thought, if you like some action, adventure, if you're willing to suspend a little disbelief.
A lot of disbelief.
Okay, a lot of disbelief.
A lot of disbelief.
You can have some fun with it.
Yeah, we have to go.
Okay. Well, listen, great seeing you again. Take care of yourself. Keep those flowers growing. Looking good out there.
Happy spring.
Yes.
Now that the weather's
summer.
Nice. Summer. Yeah. Well, it's felt like spring. It's now feeling like summer.
Yes. Too much like summer.
Okay, we have to go.
All right.
Bye.
See ya.